Hi, my name's Lily. This is my first actual introduction on this channel, so better late than never. I've been doing YouTube, or at least shorts, for I think about a year now, and I decided I'd do a quick Q&A. I have a full page of questions. Some of them are just generic ones, some of them I found on Pinterest, and some of them were asked by subscribers. So I will go through those, and yeah. Okay. So the first one is, how old are you? I'm 15. I turned 16 this year. Favorite color? Okay, I feel like colors are so subjective, like in any context. In like just no. Favorite color? I really like dark reds or like light purples, like lilac. I feel like any color in the right context looks good though. Sorry, I have an eyelash. Being special. Hi, I'm just editing this video and good lord. I missed like 5 words that I meant to say in my answer. So the question was, do you play sports? If so, which ones? And I left out words that made what I was saying make no sense. But basically my answer was no real sports, but whoever said musical theater was not a sport has never done Newsies or seen it, because that is a workout. Anyways, so sorry for being incompetent. Favorite movie? I have to think about this one. What probably would have helped if I came up with answers before filming. I really like the Star Wars movies because like I grew up on them, but I think my favorite movie, I don't know. I really liked Thunderbolts that came out just recently, and it was really fun. It was so cool to see. Just
Marvel had its like millennial and like not very good, like it was very millennial humor but in not a good way. It's like sometimes it's funny but it's not. Yeah, it had that phase, but I'm so glad that Marvel's getting really good again. It's really fun.
Favorite show? I have like 3. Gravity Falls, The Owl House, and Good Omens. Guess what they have in common? They're all queer-coded. They're all really fun shows, and like I love their plot lines, and they're real fun. If you haven't watched any of them, I suggest you like go do a little bit of research at least to see. Just a hint. Favorite flower? I don't know why this is in the generic section, but go off, I guess. This is basic. I like red roses. And I don't know. I kind of got sick of lilies when I was younger because I always wanted them because they were my namesake, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm a little bit done with those. They are still very pretty. Dream job. I would like to be a singer, an author, or an artist. And I'm gonna cross art off because that's not my greatest talent. I am trying to work on that a little bit more. And I'll put actor in there too. I love acting. Now we're on to the Pinterest questions. Do you think money can buy happiness? No. Long answer, I think to be truly happy you have to be comfortable with yourself, and no amount of money is going to make you comfortable with yourself. You have to learn to live in your own brain, and it's something I struggle with. What song do you relate to the most? I don't have one off the top of my head. I have a lot, is the thing. Never the Muse by Madeline May comes to mind. Alright. If your favorite song was a color, what would it be? That's a good question. I forgot that I wrote that down on here. I think my favorite song right now is Take Me to War by the Crane Wives. Or at least it's my favorite song to play. I think it'd be like a brick red, more brown than like what I said my favorite color is. So like this is closer to my favorite color. And then like more of a brownish. Just kind of a rustic color. What's the last thing you've cried about? Bagels. That's embarrassing. Wow. What type of people annoy you the most? I think people who genuinely do not realize that they are being mean because of the way they were raised. Because you can't really get mad at them. I mean, you can, because like they're normally to an age where they should be able to form their own opinions. They should be able to realize things. But also, like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? Like, you've been raised to believe things. And you realize that the way you were raised to treat people was so wrong. I don't know, people don't like finding out that what they, I don't know, believe in or like learned and spent so much time with that. Don't mind my dog in the background. I think one of my parents is home or something. That must be why. But people don't like giving up how they were raised. And it kind of sucks if they were raised in bad situations. Now we're on to subscriber questions. And this was as many as I could find that weren't repeats with the generic ones. How much money do you make off videos? I actually don't have the views to be allowed to make any money off of my videos yet. So currently none. But I have the subscribers, I just have to get the views, which I am 10 times lower than I have to be. So there's that. Boyfriend. That was the question. Boyfriend question mark. I don't have one. Favorite musicians and bands. Queen, AJR, Taylor Swift, Madeline May. And the Crane Wives. I can't leave them out. Siblings. I have 2 siblings and a brother-in-law. My sister is 6 years older than I am, and my brother is 2 years younger. How long have you done music? The question was, I believe, singing, ukulele, and or guitar, but I just decided to write down music. So, interesting fact, lore drop time, I've been in music classes since before I could talk. There was a program that my mom's friend taught with that had a baby's class just so that they could grow up in music. And so I was able to, like, it wasn't complicated stuff, it was just like repeating back patterns correctly. And it's part of why I have such a good ear now, is that my mom raised me that way, and she took me to those classes and sat with me through those classes and taught me things with her friend kind of guiding the class. And then I started doing private music lessons with the same teacher who still used those same concepts in the way she taught. And I've been doing ukulele since I think it was about 6 or 7 when I got my ukulele for Christmas and my mom started teaching me. And I got my guitar about a year ago, but I'd been learning since the January before I got it. My friend had a guitar and I'd practice and learn on hers. I am completely self-taught, so like I am not to the same level of somebody who had a teacher for a year would be. And I know that some of my form is very incorrect, according to my friend. But I will fix that when I get a teacher. We're working on it. And the last one is favorite Star Wars character. I have never talked about liking Star Wars, and I'm so glad I got this comment. Who's my favorite character? Guys, I don't know. I watched the first trilogy for the first time when I was like 6. And so like those movies are my childhood. My mom rented the first movie of the sequel trilogy and let us watch it when that came out. I think I was like 8 or 9, somewhere in there. And like now I see the things wrong with it plot wise, but I did really enjoy it then, and so I can't really hate on it because it's like such nostalgia for me. I think my favorite character would be honestly R2-D2. Bro is an icon. I love him. In the whole franchise, I'd say Sabine, because holy, she's just such a cool and intense character and so complicated. I love her so much. I hope you enjoyed the video of me just rambling on with some of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me just rambling on. And I hope I see you guys in the next one. I don't know when I'm doing like an actual long form that's not a cover. But if y'all had ideas for stuff for me to do, I would gladly do it because I am a little bit trying, a little bit struggling to find content ideas. And I would love to know what you guys want to see next. Bye!